Today we're going to be adding fuel capacity to the Jeep JK. So my friends at TrailRax have put together a really sweet product. This is called the RotoRax mounting system, and it allows you to mount these giant RotoPax on the sides of your Jeep, and effectively adding a lot of fuel capacity. So it's extending your range and allowing you to go deeper and deeper into the adventure. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and unbox all this and show you what comes inside the box. It's kind of a heavy box. Almost threw my back out. So the first step we're going to do is to assemble the bracket arms and the mounting plate. What we're going to need for that are all these Allen screws, I should say, these crowned nuts, as well as all these rubber bump stop type of things. You need to get one of the 4 L brackets. You can do this to every one, but just do one at a time. It'll help it out. And you want to put it on the inside here, the bolt through, and then just loosely I want to put that on right there, and then I'll tie this down in a second. So you want to do these 2 up here and this bottom hole right here. So 2nd hole, 3rd hole, and the 6th hole. So pretty simple. Just put that in there, put the nut on. It's a size 4 Allen key, as well as a 3/8 size nut on the back. The way these nuts work, so they're different than one of these. I call these crown nuts. I don't know if that's the actual term, but I call them crown nuts because they kind of look like a crown. There's a limited amount of thread, so it stops the screw from going in too far. But if you use one of these, then the screw can theoretically go all the way down. And when using these rubber grommets here, you don't want to go too tight because you can certainly rip the rubber material. So the way they did it was there's a set height right there, and that's the maximum tightness. So I'm going to go ahead and get these tightened up. Alright, so now it is time to drill holes, and we're first going to mark them out. The first block will go somewhere over here, and that is 3 inches away from the back seam of the hardtop. So I'm just going to go ahead, mark a point there, move my tape measure, make a mark at 3 inches, and then make a straight line across. Now this will be your center line where the center point goes. So I'm just going to put that there for right now. And then now from the back seam up 26 3/8 is where your next block will go. And again, I'm just doing the same thing where I make those 2 points. And then just make them work. Okay. Now I'm going to get my bracket, the actual mounting bracket for the RotoPax, and measure them up to see if the holes line up straight, because I don't want to make a hole and then the measurement is wrong. On the rear hole, okay. And then after I drill that pilot hole, I'm going to drill a bigger hole, or the final size hole, with a 1/4 inch drill bit. So I'm going to take one of the bolts that go through and just drop it in. Okay, and now that that's dropped in, I can go ahead and drill the other hole. Putting that bolt in will ensure that the spacing is correct. between the holes. So I just have some soapy water here. I'm going to spray down the top. Alright, that should be good. Now around the holes, I'm just going to get some RTV silicone adhesive / sealant. Got this from Harbor Freight, but you can get it at Walmart. And just gonna put a nice bead around each hole. Now this will just prevent water and the element from seeping into the top. There's a rubber washer that goes on the other side to seal it, but it's recommended to put the sealant, and it's just an extra step to make sure it's sealed. You have to go ahead and set in your plates, kind of give it an initial push, and you kind of want to let the silicone just set up just a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this in, push down just a little bit, let this rubberize, and then I'll tighten it down fully. So you want to put the rubber washer first. Again, this will seal, and then the metal washer, followed by the nylon locking nut. And then just get it started. Of course, it's a nylon locking nut. Once it gets past the initial threading point, then it's tightened, it locks in place. I'm going to get my Allen key, stick it on the top, and then get my 7/16 socket wrench and start to tighten. And what you want to do is look at that rubber washer, and when it starts to deform and squeeze out just a little bit, hope you guys can see what I mean about the squeeze out, just kind of bulging out just a little bit. Now that those are mounted onto the Jeep, it is time to finally assemble pretty much all the pieces of the mounting plates. So the bracket arms and the mounting plate right here. So these 4 bolts, they already have the nylon locking nuts on them. Line up the holes, slide the bolt through. I usually just do one side at a time, makes it a little bit easier, and then just get those nuts started. So it kind of holds in place. Okay, and then you just do the other side. Very simple. So we're just going to go ahead and bolt this up, tighten it up. It is a 7/16 size. Let's get my adjustable on the back side here. And you just kind of, just really snug. Doesn't have to be super tight. There we go. It's now time to get the PAX mounts out. This is the locking one. It's available either getting locking or no locking. I would went ahead and got the locking one just because that extra security. And then it also comes with one of the normal ones. So you have right there. So you have one locking and one normal on each side. And all you're going to need from this packaging is obviously the key and the mounts, and they come with the screws already in them. Alright, so I'm just going to get the normal one, put it up front right here, and you just want to put it in, start it up with your hand. Then you just want to go ahead and tighten these down, and it's time to mount this on top of the Jeep. So now I'm going to start with the 1/2" screws at the top. And then use these clamping plates to clamp the bottom portion. So it's really simple. You just slide the lip under and then put in the bolts. I will give you the quick operation on how to remove it. Alright, so here we go, get your key. I have 2 different keys for this. I wish they could integrate it into one key for the whole system. So I'm probably going to have to look in how to do that later. But anyways, it's no big deal. Once you take the lock out of the hole it goes from, it kind of sticks to the key, so that's not a big deal. And that's actually really nice, because I don't want to lose all the components. So what I'm going to do is start loosening up these mounting positions, I guess I'll call them. Now turn them clockwise. There we go. Now they're lined up. Take the gas tank out, and then I can just, this works just like a regular plastic gas container. It comes with the nozzle. You stick this back on just like that, and it even has a safety clicker in place. So yeah, you can position this correctly, whatever, unlock, and then I can just pour it into my gas tank. Done. Just go ahead and undo it, and then put it back. And then how you fill it in is just like that. Super simple. Super simple. Put it back on. Super well. Puts. And then put this back. Super simple. That's what I really like about this system. There's nothing too complicated about it. The only thing that's kind of nerve-wracking, especially just like new people to the modding game, is drilling holes to your hardtop. And I know if you just bought your Jeep and you're new to the modding stuff and you're not very comfortable with drilling your holes and doing permanent damage per se to your ride, then it can be a little bit overbearing. But after being in the game for a while, simply not giving a heck, because it's an upgrade, and it's not too bad. And the only holes you drill are eight holes, and right here it just clips to the bottom of the hardtop, and it's very removable. I've taken it on and off a couple of times when I was fitting it up and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'll see how it is when I'm trying to wash my Jeep. I can kind of stick my hands in here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And people aren't even going to see the window, so I probably won't even worry about that much. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Alright, so the install is all done. It's pretty nice. I actually really like the look. It looks really sick. Let me back up and show you guys what it looks like. Kind of gets me really excited for the rest of the build and what else is coming up next. Install was really nice, pretty easy. Only complaint is I wish these bolts were metric, because most of the bolts on the Jeep are metric anyways. So it's sometimes an inconvenience when some parts and some installs include SAE, because I don't have any tools in my garage, so it's personal inconvenience. I just don't like it because I have mostly metric stuff at my house. So but other than that, that's just a small nitpick. It looks pretty good. I didn't think it would turn out this good, but damn, it looks really cool. And I have the lock system. I'll show you my full configuration in the build sheet. But there's a locking system and there's a normal system. So basically how this works is you kind of just undo this a few times, and then once you slide this out, undo the key, then you can take off the gas tank. And then to tighten, you just twist it a bunch of times and it's locked in place. And that's not going anywhere. And it looks symmetrical on both sides. From the back, it looks pretty cool. You guys can see that. Really cool. Really nice, honestly. I'm actually blown away. Really cool. In the future, I'm probably going to mount some scenery lights up there to light up some of the sides. Of course, I'm going to have a roof rack extending up into the T-tops, so I can put some more scenery lighting up top. But for now, I'm probably just going to put like some LED cubes up there or something like that, and that'll look really nice. But yeah, there it is, the RotoRax by TrailRax, and it looks really good. Big shout out to them for sending it out to me and helping me out putting this video together. On the inside, there is a noticeable amount of darkness because it's blocking the windows, of course. It's not a big deal to me. I honestly don't really care. And it is to be said, this will block the full window. You won't really be able to see anything. I mean, you'll see like under here and through the gaps and up top, but as far as looking back over turn signals, you kind of got to be just a little bit more careful before you get used to it. I've gotten used to it. This has been on for like 2 or 3 days now. Also, all these brackets and stuff are powder coated black, which is really nice. It matches with mine. But I believe if you want to get yours color matched, you can reach out to Adam and tell him that you want it unfinished or whatever finish you want. So that's also available. And look at this, dude. Look how beautiful my Jeep looks with this West Texas sunset. Has to be said. Look at that. Oh, also before I forget, I do have a coupon code for you guys to use where you guys can get, I think, 10% off. And you use the code CMJEEPS, all caps. It'll be on the screen with all the other information on here now. Again, there'll be a link in the description below where you can get the same exact product, and of course it's very configurable to any type of setup, so there's lots of different options available. Alright, so before I end the video, I want to send a big thank you to Adam at TrailRax. I reached out to him earlier talking about the product, and we talked back and forth, and I'm going to be giving him my ideas on thoughts on here, other ideas I have for other products, so we're going to be working together a lot, and I just want to say a big thank you to him. It really means a lot when somebody reaches out and helps small YouTubers like me, because I only have a couple thousand subscribers, so it's really awesome for that. So go ahead, give him a follow on Instagram right here, check out his website, and pick one of these up for yourself. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video if you liked it. Comment below, what do you think of this product? Personally, I think it's freaking amazing for overlanding and for camping, especially for my uses. I can just head out into the forest and not really worry about my bad gas mileage biting me in the ass. So I can carry, so each one is 4 gallons, so I can carry extra 8 gallons. So that's pretty good. Getting 10 miles a gallon, that gets you 80 miles. But if you drive more conservative, that could probably get you up to 150 miles. There's a bunch of bugs flying around, so that's why I'm waving my arms weirdly. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There are going to be a bunch of uploads coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. And on that note, I'll let you guys go. Peace out. Bye.